So you want to hike the highest point in Killarney, eh? Well, there's many reasons you should want to hike this peak. First of which being it's actually fairly accessible compared to some other peaks like Ishpatina Ridge and Maple Mountain, both of which I have videos on if you want to check those out. It also offers spectacular views in all directions of Killarney Provincial Park as well as Georgian Bay. Now there's a few ways you can do this hike. First, and probably the easiest way to do it, is start at Bell Lake, rent a canoe, paddle 3 kilometers west to the trailhead, which leaves you with a 5.5 kilometer hike each way from there. The hike has relatively low elevation gain until you reach the T leading up to Silver Peak. Second way is to start the Johnnie Lake access, in which you'll still need a canoe rental. They don't have immediate canoe rentals available on site, but it still is an option to pick one up or have one delivered. Next you have 6 kilometers paddling up Johnnie Lake ahead of you to get you to Clear Silver Lake, and you have to do an 830 meter portage. Once you're on Clear Silver, just paddle the small lake 1.5 kilometers, which offers a beautiful view of your upcoming hike. The portage at the end of Clear Silver Lake, leading you towards David Lake, is where your hike begins. From this point, the hike is only 4 kilometers instead of the 5.5 each way if you had started from Bell Lake. Both of these options can be done as a day trip, but just be prepared for a long day. Now if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, then stick around because I got 2 more options coming up for you. If you're more of a hiker, you can see Silver Peak by hiking the whole La Cloche Silhouette Trail, which offers up many other spectacular lookouts, such as the Crack. Although not for the faint of heart, this is an 80 kilometer, 7 to 10 day hike with a high difficulty level, which starts and ends at the George Lake campgrounds. Now if you're a paddler, like me, then I present to you the final option. Do the Silver Peak hike as just a day trip on the Bell Lake Canoe Loop. This is either a 20 or 30 kilometer canoe loop depending on whether you start on Bell Lake or Johnnie Lake like we did, and involves paddling up through Bell Lake, 3 Mile Lake, over to Balsam Lake, down into David Lake, where you're going to grab a campsite on the south shore of David. Most of these campsites feature trails coming from the sites that link up to the La Cloche Silhouette Trail and can easily be done as a 3 or 4 day canoe loop, allowing for a whole day to do the Silver Peak hike. Whichever way you choose to go, you'll be greeted by a spectacular 360-degree view of Killarney Provincial Park when you reach the summit. The bare quartzite that Killarney is famous for is very apparent in the views from the top. The La Cloche mountain range is 2.3 billion years old and was once higher than the Rocky Mountains, but billions of years of erosion changed all that. It was also once destined to be a ski resort that would rival places like Mount Tremblant, but the project was cancelled due to the remoteness and steepness of the surrounding area. The only signs of human interference at the top are the remnants of the fire tower, which once stood atop Silver Peak. Hope this helps you guys out. Be sure to like and subscribe as it really helps the channel out so I can keep making these kinds of videos for you. If you're interested in some of the other backcountry hikes Ontario has to offer, be sure to check out these videos.